Ladies and gentlemen, grown folks, we are now live on the Donna Smith Show. I want to welcome each and every one of you, and I hope that you had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. It came and it went. We got to remember the reason and not the season. That time of year, this time of year is a very trying and difficult time for many, including myself. Struggling with mom not being here anymore, and grandparents and dad, and you know, it's kind of a hard time for me. But you guys surely do make it a lot better. Just your comments, your feedback, and being here today. Okay, I want to say I appreciate you. And on that note, I want you to know that any of our topics or questions or conversation or feedback that any of you give, and for the watching audience, please, we are not trying to offend anyone. This is not meant to be offensive. This is a fun, comfortable forum where we talk about day to day, everyday grown folk topics. And I want to welcome everyone to the Donna Smith Show. Let's get it going.
Happy Turkey Day.
Happy Turkey Day. And I know we have a few others that may be coming in, and they can come in at any time. I'll let you guys know that although I prefer you to be on time, if you just want to chime in anytime during the show, we're here from 6:30 to 8. And that's going to be our time right now until things change. That being said, how was your Thanksgiving, everyone? Anybody got some juicy stories to tell? Did you cook your turkey too long? Was it burnt? Did you not get any nookie on Thanksgiving? Did they tell you no? Yeah, I asked. I want to know who didn't get it.
Dun, 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 dun.
I wasn't trying to.
Didn't by choice.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to.
Didn't by choice. Nah, I can't be bothered right now.
You didn't want none?
I didn't want it.
Oh my God! What about you,
matter of
Mark?
fact, they wasn't even invited over.
Oh, you was yeah. Well, your birthday and all that, but I would have wanted it 2 times, birthday and Thanksgiving. You gonna have to. Well,
My birthday ain't reserved for all of that.
I need 2 goodies. I was gonna ask Mark, but he froze with his bandwidth or something is going on. I don't know if he can hear us. Can you hear us, Mark?
I can hear y'all fine.
Okay, well, that's good. You can hear us. We just see you on a froze status, but we know you here. Did you get some?
Is Alvino on this call?
She not here yet. Oh, there you go. Oh, so you didn't get none?
Nah.
You didn't get no Thanksgiving nookie either?
Man, I got hammered. I pigged out, got hammered, passed out.
Oh wow. Man. What about you, Sylvia?
I cooked all day. I was on call the night before. I was on call that night too. End up going out that night, may I mind you, in the midst of my peak of my personal high. But I cooked, and when I say I ate all day, food was ready at 10 o'clock.
So you ate the food, but you didn't get the nookie.
I wasn't looking for all of that. My holiday.
You ain't gotta look for it to get it. Sometimes it just comes right at you like
boom.
She didn't want it.
No.
You didn't want none either. I think women, we just be too tired. What about you, Ron? Did you get some?
I ate and slept. I wasn't even. I ate
y'all,
and
somebody
slept.
ain't telling the truf.
I ate and slept, but then the morning
I can't
time
believe out of everybody on the show today, all y'all telling me you didn't get no nookie on Thanksgiving.
Ate and slept, but the next morning now that's a whole different thing. But I just ate and slept.
Oh, you got the morning nook.
Yeah,
that Black Friday.
Hey, what's up with that? Okay, that's a good question. What's up with the morning after nookie? It's like, okay, certain holidays, people who don't celebrate holidays, I get that. It may be for religious preference, whatever it is. They just don't celebrate holiday. And they don't do a lot on the holiday. It ain't no eating the holiday stuff. It ain't no getting down. It ain't none of that. But the next day, they want to bam, bam, bam the shit out of you. Can somebody help? Mark, I see you. I know you got something to say.
Thanksgiving is, if you do Thanksgiving, it's usually with a lot of family. And, like I said, I got hammered and watched football all damn day. I wasn't even thinking about no nookie.
You wasn't thinking. What about the next day? Did you kind of want some the next day?
Yeah, you know, like the brother said, the day after, you know, now we can talk about that. But you know, I
think I might have been too full, like just, whew, just you know, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't think that's not a holiday for that. I don't think Thanksgiving and nookie go together. You know, I don't know. I think
I don't see. I mean, you know.
I don't think, you know, I don't know.
I mean, it's a celebratory
New Year's
thing.
Eve.
It's like, okay, let's celebrate the thankfulness of the season. And I'm thankful that I got you, boo. And I'm thankful that you do me the way you do, baby. And I want to show you how thankful I am.
You should be showing that every day.
Yep.
Yeah,
There's a lot of food consumed on that day.
Like New Year's, strike at 12, I'm going in.
Yeah. I get that. Before and after, you got to do it for a whole year.
That's
so you got to do it before the 12, and then right after.
Give it to me the day after or during the holiday. I want you to keep it up. You know, feed me all year. Feed me. You know what I'm saying? It ain't got to be every day, but just feed me throughout the year. Just make it a regular thing. Anyway, you know, I always have to throw something in there.
I mean, like but that should be normal. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's not over demanding reality.
Oh, some folks will say that, you know, it's just a thing that they always want. They just want it no matter what. It's, you know, if you want it, and then if you want it every day, something wrong with you. You know. Something wrong with you. You oversexed. You know what I'm saying?
You could be you could be for that person. That could be very true.
Point. But what about if you're dealing with somebody who is oversexed? I mean, I think we all have dealt with that issue. Either it was you or it was this hot ass babe you got with, and all of a sudden she wants you to hammer her every day, sometime more than once a day. And I mean, I don't know. Mark's smiling. He's like, damn, that sounds like my type of babe right there.
Now we talk.
I mean, how do you deal with that?
Shit, serve it up. You know, go ahead, kill me. Fuck it. I'm like fucking
so if
sick.
she oversexed, it don't bother you. I mean, it don't. You just let her drain you. You know, drain you.
I don't think men have problems with that.
No.
I don't think they have problems with that. I don't think they do. I don't know no man be like, that's too much.
Nah.
I don't know no man that be like, oh my God, that's too much. I don't know nobody like that.
Complain that his woman wants to get it on every day.
Yep.
Unless he's a man that's having issues or something, or maybe cheating or something like that. Because if he's cheating, he's trying to let it build up for the next, right?
I don't know, but I'm saying that I just don't know no man that we say, oh, that's too much. Oh, I got to do it every night, or I don't know no man who can complain about that. He gonna figure out a way to do it. He gonna figure out a way to do it.
Man is oversexed like that at this stage of your life. Would that be a problem?
Oh no, I could keep up. The problem is, can they keep up with me?
Okay. So you the firecracker. You the firecracker.
Yeah, I think you know, they say the myth is once you have a hysterectomy that your sex drive goes down. But mine has actually increased. And because I don't have that monthly visitor, you can just roll on over anytime and get it.
Oh,
drive-through is always open.
Oh, yeah. I think that's lovely for a man at this point when he deals with a mature.
It's lovely for me.
It's lovely.
Yeah, when a man is dealing with a mature woman that either she's went through menopause, or like you know, you say you had a situation and you just can't have periods anymore. Some men
Hallelujah.
Yeah, some men, I know the women love it because it's like that monthly thing always came at the wrong time. Right? Yeah. When and then you get horny during that time as a woman.
Yes.
You get extremely, just like, you know, them little dogs you see running around in heat, like Mark, you got your dog there. I don't know if it's a female or a male, but female dogs get in heat and sometimes they drip a little monthly. They want to do what they do. Women is the same way. During that time, usually like right before the period or right after, they get this high sense of heat about them.
Smack it up, flip it, rub it down.
Hello. She say that again, Roberta. Smack it.
No.
Smack it and do what?
That's
Flip
the
it?
DVD. Oh no.
You heard the song, smack it up, flip it, rub it down.
Oh shit. That's why. Okay, so I see that being oversexed is not a problem for most, I guess. I'm not speaking, we got other people who may say something different. I mean, I've had people tell me that, shit, he wants it too much. I'm not giving it to him every night. That's not gonna happen.
I believe that's
every
a
other night, not every night.
I believe that's a woman thing, but like I said, I don't think too many men is gonna.
Men
be like,
are just going and do it. If
they go do something. They gonna be like, okay, all right, they just gonna make it go. They gonna be like, all right.
You're on that, right? It's like a blowjob a day keeps the hose away. So if you don't want to give up coochie, there's other methods we can go about to handle this situation, right?
That's interesting. So let's piggyback off of that. So a man, if a woman is turning down doing the sex and she just, she just don't want to be penetrated for whatever reason, for her to give the blowjob, would that be satisfactory to a man or even better?
It works for me. But
I guess it would depend.
Different strokes, different folks.
Oh, because just like every man don't know how to eat pussy, every woman don't know how to slob the knob. And if she doing right, she'll get a nut faster than he will.
She will.
Right.
I've experienced it.
Okay, so if the woman is doing it right, she will reach her climax faster than he will because she's getting turned on by doing it right and by his responses, right? By his responses.
No, by my own. I mean, it's just my own.
So you get turned on by your slurp. You slurp and you get turned on.
Yeah, but I don't swallow though. None of that.
Oral asphyxiation.
Y'all being nasty this show. This is a nasty one.
But I thought you said this was grown folks.
It's gonna be grown.
Okay, well, what are you talking about? Well, quit acting PG.
Okay, y'all go. Okay, you don't swallow. Now, so as far as swallowing, because swallowing is really interesting, but as far as swallowing, I hear that is an extreme turn on to men when a woman takes in that love juice and let it go down her throat and just let it seep out and all this and it's all over her face. He loves that shit.
I'm quite sure.
Roberta, why by you saying you will not swallow, please explain why if you'll take it in your mouth and swish it around and do all that, why wouldn't you just swallow some of it?
Well, the thing is, I'm about textures in food and stuff, and certain textures just gross me out, and that's one of them.
Mm-hmm.
You don't like the texture of the slime?
Blech. Blech.
I think it's kind of a territorial thing for men, right?
Okay.
Look at he got a clear picture now, don't he, Donna?
Yeah, your picture came on clear now, baby. Let's come on, speak it.
No, I'm just saying. I think it's a territorial thing for some guys, depending on the relationship, right? It's like if they swallowing, you feel like you own that. I don't know. It's
like she's entered into your gates of captivity per se. You are now you're now one.
And she claiming, she's claiming you too, Does that make sense?
So if she swallows, it's like she's making this connection with you now, like yeah, Negro, you mine. You all mine. Right. I didn't let that, even if we ain't claimed this, you mine, nigga, because I didn't let it go all the way down. And then he's thinking, you're thinking what? Oh, wow. She's the one. She's the one. Man.
Right. it's almost like you said, she's saying, I'm taking all of this, you know. So she laying claim, you know, to
by swallowing.
Me? Yep. You know.
But okay, but in the man, it makes you feel territorial. It makes you feel like, I mean, how do you feel? Do you feel victorious? Like, yeah, I did that shit.
I'm gonna just use one past relationship that she used to tell me, I'm gonna suck that motherfucker off. You ain't gonna fuck around on me ever. You know, that was her mindset. You know, that was her mindset. You know, it's like, you know, I'm taking over this shit, you know?
And did she?
Don't know.
So that will definitely put a woman in the A game. Roberta? Mark is saying that it puts a woman in the A game position once she goes there and swallow and this and this and that. It makes her status increases.
Yep.
Okay, well, maybe that's in his book, but I don't have that kind of problem.
You don't. So once you take them to the next level,
it depends on who it is, because everybody don't get
swallowing. That. He ain't tripping on you swallowing, right?
No, and everybody don't get that anyway. You have to be a special one to get it, because you know all of them ain't supposed to be in your mouth.
That's right.
No. And you know, that's a determining factor. I'm sure that once you're getting to know someone or sleep with them a couple times. But my thing is, if they're penetrating you, if you doing it, and that's that freaky side of you, why hold back?
Right.
Because
right.
if they're not worthy of that, why are they even getting it in the first place?
Exactly.
Maybe I'm getting it.
It's levels
Maybe
to
I'm
everything.
getting it.
You know, and when I made that statement, I was referring to a one-on-one situation, you know, because I ain't putting my weenie in everything either, you know.
Yes,
I mean,
that's right. That's right.
Levels.
Some intimate shit.
Yes.
That's between you and one person, you know, not, you know. I mean, but if you out there doing a whole bunch of motherfuckers, then you got to be careful with that shit, you know. So
right.
You know.
It's the levels to it. It's levels.
It's different levels. I mean, it's just like if you're doing a whole bunch of people. Let's talk about
different devils.
Let's talk about the variety of the spice. And you're doing a whole lot of different people, and you're not using protection with everybody. You not a lot of different people. Let's say like you got 3 partners. You got your main partner. You got your, you know, your sidekick chick or dude, and then you got that one that you hit every now and again when they come to town. Okay, let's say that. So you end up in them situation scenarios, and you raw fucking everybody, and then you come up short. Something happens. You get something. All right. Then you got to narrow it down to who do I tell or who do I confront after I done contracted X, Y, or Z. So I like to know the thoughts behind the men first. When you guys, I mean, you don't have to put your business out there. Let us know that you know you had gonorrhea 2 months ago. We don't need to know all that. But I just want to know if you ever been or heard of or know of if a man is in a situation like that and there's 3 women. How do you wean that shit down? Because you can't keep sleeping with the one you ain't told, because she may be the carrier and you're going to get the shit back. So what do you do?
I'm so glad my gambling days are over. Like,
that's gambling.
I used to gamble.
That's gambling.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, back then, if you had a main girl, she was your main girl because you knew she didn't roll like that. That was at least the way that's at least the way I carried it, right? Mm-hmm. And then if you was doing something else, they was the suspect one.
Main squeeze is
you don't give all, you don't, if you got a main squeeze, then you may be having unprotected sex with that one. But the rest of them, you wouldn't. I mean, that's right. Gambling.
You're supposed to never get risque with, if it's an outsider, You should never take that kind of chance when you have a main squeeze.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because you risk so much. And if you, not to say main squeezes is perfect, because some main squeezes will be cheating on your ass too. You don't know it. But I'm just saying, most cases you got a main squeeze for a reason. They at your main, because like Mark said, the trust, the loyalty, the all that stuff. You trust them. You ain't came up short ever with them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, first of all, back in my younger days, I did have multiple friends or whatever, but I wasn't sleeping with all of them. Some of them, just going out, they buy me things, just for the company, but I wasn't sleeping with everybody. And that's something that I have seen, some of my friends and other people, and they getting caught up in situations. Mm-hmm. And I just said to myself, I'm never going to let that happen to me. So I never really indulged with more than one at a time, because it's just too much. Everything you can't get a shot for. So I just didn't ever want to take that chance.
Hallelujah. Everything you cannot get a shot for.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I remember back up in the days, like you just said, when we were a little more risque or a little
Absolutely
more freer. You may go out to the club. I mean, I didn't ever do that, but I know some folks who tell me some stories, you know what I'm saying? But they go out to the club, have a few of them, Hennessy's and Beautifuls and, whatever they drinking on. And shit, certain folks be looking good to a person and you ain't had none in a minute. And you end up with them one night stands. Them situations that the next morning you can't believe you even did that shit. And back then it wasn't as scary. Or you would go to the clinic, you may get the clap, or chlamydia, gonorrhea, or syphilis or something like that. They give you a little bag or shot and you go home. You cured in 7 days and shit. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't like that no more.
I think it ain't been like that in a long time.
It ain't like that. You can't do, and as you get older, you really.
I think it ain't been like that in a really long time, because I don't. Whew.
Right.
It's been a long time since a person take those kind of risks. It's been I'm an OG. I'm just saying, but I'm thinking back. Even my youngie homies that be in the bands, they because now women trying to tag you with babies, and especially if you got a little dollars and you like I said, you get something you'll carry around the rest of your life. Luggage. I think men still be hitting all kind of stuff, but I really think they take better care of themselves. I think they wrap it up more
you
often
absolutely should. It's no reason at a mature stage of 50 years old or older, even 40, let's say 40 and up, you should be more at a mature mindset of controlling what's going on down here. As a woman, as a man, people even get acquainted with how to self-pleasure themselves. I mean, whatever you got to do while you going through your drought, you do what you got to do, because everybody that package that's looking all beautiful and juicy and all that shit, that's an outer core of that person. You don't know what's going on between them legs. And that's what a man or a woman.
That's right.
You'll be got your shit. You'll be got caught up, or get a baby that you just stuck with for the rest of your life. And you don't even know or love the person.
Mm-hmm.
So, especially you men who like to dip with younger women that can still have babies, that can still have their periods, tell you in a minute, I can't have no kids. I'm cool. And then you 50 some years old with a 2-year-old. What the hell?
Right.
It happens.
You have to be very real. You have to be crazy.
I mean, what can you do? What can you do once it happens? You did the act. Well, you can't 100% blame her, because you wanted it just like she did, and you could have protected yourself too.
I think at 50 something, you got to be taking some better judgment than just, I don't care how
Because if
young.
she 35, baby,
I don't care
and
if she
you
was
50, she fertile myrtle. Let me tell
I
you.
believe it. And she can still give you something. So you better put some. You better put. You. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe just my little cast of homies, the homies I talk to. Not that we have these discussions, but I just don't see my little young. Even my son. My son, 15. He already know. He already know. He already know. He 15. He's like, Dad, these girls. But he got sisters who tell him that. Me
And I
coming
know
from.
at 15, these girls out here giving it up like they like
Man, and he is like, oh my damn. So I don't know. I just don't think men and women is that promiscuous now. They may bone a whole bunch of different people, but I think they taking better care of their bodies nowadays. Though, what you think?
that. I'm just not. I never have been one to float around with more than one at a time. If I got one and we making each other's toes curl, baby, it's me and you. You know what I'm saying? And if it get to the point where I ain't curling no more, or it ain't jiving no more, then I gotta talk to you about we need to do something else. Because that shit always come back to haunt you. I don't care. You could be getting it good for a year or 3 months, but sooner or later some shit gonna come back to haunt you, trying to do 2, 3, 4 at a time.
None of them. If you ain't serious and they ain't serious about you, and you ain't serious about them, that is a life to live. Trust me. You got 3 or 4 that y'all just living life. You could be professionals. You ain't got no nothing like that, and nobody serious about nothing. Hey, what's wrong with that? It's nothing wrong with that. You got 3 people that ain't nobody serious about nothing. Y'all just bumping into each other whenever.
If y'all all you saying it's nothing wrong with getting down with 3 if those 3 is all in cahoots with each other?
No, I ain't saying in cahoots, but if I mean I'm saying I'm just saying I know professional men and professional women that be so professional and so busy that they don't have time for relationships, but they need maintenance.
Right.
So when they have their maintenance,
that's when an escort comes in. That's a man that's called an escort.
No, they have it be that man be out there and that woman be in the same position, and then they just
come together and do the woo woo.
It's just like ain't nothing
serious.
Else. They do whatever. They do everything. They probably go out. They probably go do this. They probably do everything like that. But they not really in that connection like that. They call
what
that
do
shit
you call
Wi-Fi.
that?
What is
that?
It's called Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi connected with no wires. That's what it's called.
That's what they call it, Wi-Fi?
Yeah. Connected with no wires.
Be honest. You see, you bull
I'm telling you the truth. There's a lot of people out there like that. Not all sex leads to marriage.
Wi-Fi.
Right. And not all sex lead to relationships.
Connected with no wires.
Yeah, that's what they call it. And having these females and these females having these men out there that they know and they kick it with. They may do this and they may end up in the bed, but they like, okay, see you whenever. All right, we may see next week. Okay, and then you may not. I mean, they connected, but they not connected.
But how do you keep the emotions under check?
I'm gonna tell you, they don't keep that under wraps because this is the whole thing. Okay.
Well, they do, but they do keep it under wraps because people do that.
They're not keeping nothing under wraps because if you're not getting emotionally entangled, you'll see that person for that night. That's it. We're not talking again. We're not seeing each other again. If that's what it's for. But when you continuously seeing this person, when you lay with somebody, you open them up to the best thing you can give them, and that's you.
Right.
And the more you continue to do it, there's going to be some emotions on somebody's end because I was in a somewhat of a situation like that. And he liked me like that. I did like him, but I knew what he was all about. Mm-hmm. So when I felt myself drawing feelings, I bounced out. I straight bounced because I knew what I was going to get myself into wasn't going to be conducive for me. And now knowing the outcome to where he is and how it went about, that's pretty rough. But it just, his feelings are going to develop. And, we as women, we tend to be more emotional. Sometimes we can't lay down, get up and walk away and do it with the same person several times. But
yeah.
everybody
we are
knows.
emotional, and it's hard for
But
it's harder.
and just
I
like
think
you cannot put all men into
I didn't
this.
say that.
No,
I did not put
I'm
anyone
saying.
into anything.
No, but what I'm saying is, I'm just saying, just like you said, I would never put all women into the same category that I hope people don't put all men.
Yeah, we can't
I
say
truly
all.
know,
We can't say
I
all.
truly know of about 15, 16 people who lives exactly like I'm telling you. They like,
Right.
I got 2 or 3, 4 of these motherfuckers, and we all, I go on vacation with that one to Hawaii. This one right here may take me such and such a year. This one may come out of crib and just clean up and stay a week or two. This one, and I mean, they've been doing for years.
So what do you call that? Like an open
I don't know.
relationship?
I don't know what it comes, but I don't know. I don't even think it has.
Do they know that you're seeing other people?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't. I'm not the person to say, but I know that some of these people know that this is what them women know. They know that that's not my man, and I'm not his woman.
Okay,
That's
so they
what
know it's not a title.
So the rest of the title stuff,
But
all
if
that
you
other
look at
stuff
how
is
long
irrelevant.
these people been dealing with each other, you said for
Oh, I'm
5
talking about
years.
since high school, and now these people 50
As
and
I'm
60.
saying, exactly, and there is an emotional tie because they have gotten to know these people, whomever they are, and they still.
I'm sure there are. I ain't gonna say that there's no none feeling,
It's
but
emotional ties.
But I mean, I'm sure it's emotional. Like he like, okay, I'm gonna call up this one. I'm gonna make sure that if she know I'm coming on this day, I'm not gonna stand her up. I'm not gonna hurt her feelings. When I come there, it's gonna be me and her. So I guess they do because it's the same 4 or 5 people. So I'm sure they have some emotional
But did you hear
connection.
what you said? But did you hear what? Did you hear? Did you listen to
No,
what?
I'm agreeing with you that there could be some emotional tie, but it ain't no emotional where I'm gonna be butthurt about that man's business.
I'm sure
or that
they
woman's
would be.
business.
I'm sure they would be because when that attachment is there, it's hard to break it. Yeah.
I don't know. I just know some people who do it. I'm not one.
Yes, it is.
I'm not one to defend that part.
What
I
you
just
say?
know
What
what's
you?
happened. I just
Not
know
to cut
that
y'all
happened.
off, but Mark really is itching to get his 2 cents into this one too.
No, I agree with Rondo. I mean, it's basically a mutual understanding and a friendship. So, I mean, they understand each other. So, like the example, he gave an example of maybe one woman might come over and stay 2 weeks, and then another one might go to Hawaii with them. That kind of stuff like that. Those are friends. That's the emotional attachment, friendship. It ain't no more, and it's understood.
It's already put together, right?
Yeah, they know
that
that's what it is. That's what it is.
You're gonna
and it works for both sides, I guess. I see it all the time.
It does. It works for both sides. There's an emotional attachment, no matter how you look at it. It might not be as deep as it is when you are dealing with a one-on-one person exclusively, but it is too. You can't say, he can't say, she can't say, oh, if this person walk away, it's not going to affect me. I ain't nobody saying you're going to roll over and die, but you're going to miss that person.
And I think personally, if the man knows, and women too, but if you find out that the other is sleeping with somebody else on a regular, and you too, that's gonna make you feel some kind of way.
Yeah.
But check this out. I went through a period in my life, right, where I ain't really have no emotional attachment, and I went. I might bounce between the Bay Area and LA to DC, wherever, and I might have had a friend there, and it was like, it was never spoken on, but it was really understood. It's like, Negro, I know you got somebody in the Bay Area, but we was friends. They might not say that, but it was almost like, and I didn't really care what you was doing or what she was doing when I wasn't in town, because I wasn't there.
You really didn't care? You didn't care?
I wasn't in no position to care because I was out doing my own thing. So, I can't be, I wasn't trying to pimp, right? So, why should I care? I mean, when I'm in town, we're having a good time. That's all that mattered, right? When I leave town, we friends. And that's,
perhaps because she never told you she was with somebody else. What if she had told you she was kicking it with somebody else when you wasn't
the
around.
day, I ain't really give a fuck, right?
There.
You know, I really didn't, you know. But hey, we had some good times. That's fine. I'm out on the next flight, you know. So and we remained friends. It was no strings attached, you know, like that. And because I was doing my thing, I'm not in a position to question what you doing when I ain't around, you know, because I don't want you questioning me. That's the whole, you know, good part, upside of a relationship like that. You know, it's like, hey, we friends. What's to talk about though? What when you ain't trying to be in a lockdown situation, what is there to talk about? Let's talk about going to dinner. Let's talk about going to the movies. Let's talk about going to the beach. You know, what's to talk about?
I mean, in the beginning, shouldn't you tell them that you don't want a lockdown position, or shouldn't they? You got to talk at some point so a person can understand what page you on, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
true.
Ron,
And
I see you, Ron.
No, I'm just saying that, you know, I'm just saying that, you know, every interchange you have with somebody, you know, you kicking it, having a good time. Oh, yes, we're gonna spend more time together. All right, we're gonna spend more time together. Boom, 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 boom.
Right.
You know, things should develop, you know. So you see, now you're spending more time together. Let's say now you're spending more time together, now y'all having sex. Right? Okay. But in that man's mind or in that woman's mind, but this is just cool, but I really don't want to be in a relationship. But this is moving so bad, but this is cool. Right? Okay.
Right.
And that could be on either one of the sides. 95% of the time, that's on that man's side. And the woman is saying, oh, I like him and I want more out of it. That man's part, this is cool. This is cool. We just chilling like
He's
this.
cool with it the way it is. And she's saying, I want something more.
What I'm thinking is that 95% of the time is the woman falls faster than the man. And then when the man, when the woman don't see that man emotion is matching hers, then there's something wrong. But she probably done fell in love faster than he did. Oh, well, you ain't where I'm at. Well, give me time.
You know what, though?
They see each other.
But I don't know. I mean, it's certain things that make certain people fall in love. You know, some people like make you laugh. You make me laugh all the time, and you're a good person. I'm gonna think you great. You know, some people fall in love for different reasons. So, you know, the man might be like, man, this is cool. Man.
I think they
really
fall
cool.
into lust because when I hear situations like this, it's 9 out of 10 you fell in love with the lust, and that only lasts for a good 45 minutes to an hour on a good day. Mm-hmm. Because y'all don't hang out like that, y'all don't see each other like that. This brother here, he flying from state to state, city to city. So, I mean,
busy man.
What was to fall in love with? A lustful moment?
I know people fall in love with people in jail. And so that means what you fall in love with, you fall in love with conversation.
Some people fall in love,
you fall in love, whatever, without even touching a person.
They fall in love online, dating.
It's people waiting to marry people ain't never seen them before through letters. So I mean, what you fall in love with is whatever you fall in love with. You know, maybe you done fell in love with the way they talk and move and swag, and then the little whoa.
And the idea of being together.
It could be where your lonely meter at. Where your meter at on loneliness. If you way over here, you're gonna be more attached. You're gonna get attached faster. But if you ain't really that lonely, then you know you'll go through this whole relationship to figure out what's going on. But if your ass is hella lonely, you're
gonna be more gullible.
Hell yeah, you're gonna be in this mother. Oh, we finna get married tomorrow. He'd be like, what?
Yeah, that like I said, you fell in lust. That wasn't love. That fell in lust.
I don't know. Like I said, I know.
And
I know people fall in love with people in prison.
Anything? I mean, people in prison, they don't have time to do nothing but BS you all day, every day. So, you know, I used to work in a prison. They ain't got nothing to do. They'll sit up there and finesse the guards if they can every day. They will
they get lonely too, I'm quite sure.
They get very lonely, they can finesse the best of the best. They're not dumb people that's in prison. They have nothing to do but sit there, read books and go to the library and watch TV when they can and eat all that garbage ass food and off the commissary. But they have nothing but time.
But you know what? But check this out. You know what? There are a lot of relationships that start up as friends, right? Or friends with benefits,
the best ones.
There are some people. then all of a sudden somebody gets caught up and then they got ulterior motives, right? Their plan is no longer your plan, right?
Okay.
And at that point, then you got to come clean and be honest about the situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, we can be friends, but no, I'm not moving down there, and you know, I'm not trying to be caught up in no relationship. That way, you've been honest, and you know,
I think that's
hopefully, don't nobody get hurt, because at least you came clean, you know, and told the truth. And then now, if you still want to hang out, then we can still do that, you know. And now you know this is where this is, and this is where it's going. You know, we could be the best of friends, lovers, whatever, but I'm not trying to lock down right now.
Yep.
For whatever reason,
a lot of people changer? What's the game changer? What if the man changes and starts saying he's feeling her? I mean, what changes?
Well, if the game, it's got to be mutual. Now, if she tells me, hey, you know, I want us to go to the next level, and I'm not feeling that, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not ready for that kind of commitment yet. And that's all you can really do. And if she says, okay, bye, then all I can say is I understand.
Yeah,
you know, I mean, so, you know, it just be honest.
And it wouldn't
about the
bother.
situation,
I mean,
but
I'm just like,
there's
really
a lot of
stuck
women
with
out
this
here.
Emotion thing. How can a man just be involved with a woman on an intimacy level for so long and then just bye? If she starts wanting more, I mean, how can you just do?
I mean, he gonna say bye. That don't mean he gonna just turn around. He gonna be. I mean, he gonna be hurt. But I mean, a real man is gonna worry about his peace, because he gonna say, "Look, I told her the truth, how I really feel, and that ain't what she want to hear. So maybe I do gotta leave her alone.
Right.
I don't want to hurt her no more. So I don't want to keep just holding on, thinking that one day this light gonna come on my head." And it may, but right now I told her how I feel right now, and she didn't want to hear that. So and then what you gonna do? You gonna just keep on holding on, and you're gonna be like, well, then we have to cut it off. That's the only way you're gonna save yourself from yourself.
And that brings bad. That makes for a bad relationship if you don't come clean. You not being honest to yourself, and you're not being honest to her. Somebody gonna get hurt. Yep. And then she gonna end up hating you, or you know, not even liking you no more.
This to be rather intriguing because y'all dump all these emotions on women, and sometimes it do be women, but men y'all fall pretty hard too.
Oh yeah, I not disagree with that. I agree with that too.
Especially when they know, when they fall and they think that another man is involved with getting her as far as her time and her men don't take that shit good. Men don't take that shit good.
Women don't either.
You just got to be straight up with a person. Like Roberta was saying, she's been on the other side. She's had a few at one time in her life, you know, years ago. And, you know, whatever you're going through at that stage of your life, not want to be all caught up with somebody. I think we all have a story to share where we've had more than one, you know. Why? I don't know. And when you're ready to do something different, then you let it be known, right? But I you know, there's a lot of people that don't really like men. I don't think not all men. Some men just don't come out and explain in the beginning what the hell's going on.
That's probably because they
just
don't know.
Make a woman think she's the one. I mean, he treats her good.
I think, but what if that's just who he is?
And that's the biggest.
And he probably don't even know what he wants. He could just be the coolest cat in the world and like start running to somebody. He just treating her nice, and he don't know. He don't want to go down the day. He don't want to get married. He know that much. He know he just having a good time. So he chilling. And he just doing his thing, being who he is, nice, and he likes spending the time. And I mean, he don't know. And
but he ain't wanted her to believe that she did that on her own because he ain't never told her that.
I mean, this is what I don't get. I mean, you meet somebody, you kicking, you have a good day. Look, I'm gonna let you know right now, I don't want to get married. I'm treating you nice because I'm just fucking nice. I don't think that makes sense.
You're not gonna say that at first.
I know. I'm just saying. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I mean, if we look at how reality goes, I'm trying to give y'all the bounce pass. So what I'm saying is this how men be thinking. You know, they like whoop 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 when and then they don't be thinking like that woman is in her mind like, oh, I'm about to get the ring size and get some fucking dresses. He gonna tell me this is what we get ready to do.
He ain't thinking about none of that.
He ain't thinking none of that shit. He thinking about. I guess the point I was saying, like in the scenarios in which I was giving us, was that this is a man's thought process. He kick it with a chick. They having a good time, good dinners, whatever. They think, damn, I'm gonna hang out with her again. All right, he kicking her again. So it leads to some other stuff. So now they doing this. In this man mind, he ain't thinking I'm taking this to the next level. When 95% of the time, that woman is thinking that if she's having as much fun as him, she already thinking this is long term. But that man, I might be thinking long term.
That's right.
That's the only part I'm making. That woman would probably think this is long term faster than that man. And when that woman opened up to that man, and then he like, you know what, I ain't really there yet. Then it's like, well, why a man don't tell me when? Hell, he don't even know. He don't know until
right.
I don't know
how long do you kick it with this person and be nice and go out and do this and y'all have fun and y'all, having this entanglements and whatever. I'm the type of person, I mean, how long especially if you know, or if you find out that that's what's going on in her mind, how long do you keep this entanglement or whatever it is that you got going on?
That's a real easy question. I'm gonna tell you, that's a good answer because
it's a waste of time.
No, that's a good answer because I'm gonna tell you, because again, 95% of the time, that woman is gonna be like, well, look, this has got to get more serious. And then that lady is gonna start to give that man the hints that this is no longer gonna continue this way at this current level where we are friends. This is good loving and all this stuff. He gonna get the message.
Oh, she gonna start giving him hints.
Yeah, he gonna get the vibe, and at that moment in his life is where he has to say, "Self, I am not." He got to be man enough to tell her straight up, you know what? This is where I want to be right now. I don't know where I'm gonna be next week or wherever that, but right now is right now. No, I don't want to move my stuff in. No, I'm not trying to do that right now. Or he be in his mind, well, you know what? I really want to keep this. So yeah, I'm gonna bend a little bit till you're already there. But those are the two crossroads a man gonna get at. And if a man is soft, he gonna just play her straight down the middle until she gets tired of him, and then he'll just fall off. So those are the three things a man's gonna do.
That seems kind of cold.
Women do the same thing.
What about if a man knows up front that he wants? I mean, does he let her know then? If he knows
if a man got out of a bad relationship
and he wants, he wants that.
It really comes down to that man's own window. If a man really just don't want to be in a relationship, came out of some bad shit, don't want to deal with it no more, fucking kids, whatever it is, I don't want to be in no relationship. As he proceed with that woman, ain't no but telling what the fuck she can do. He don't want to be in a relationship. And if he really don't want to be in a relationship, if he forced to be in a relationship, it's going to be a terrible relationship. So if he really got set in his mind that he going to coast the rest of his life with just being that, then there's nothing you can do. It's nothing you can do. And the same thing, a woman like, no, I fuck that. I don't want to be, no, I'm tired of this shit. And then ain't nothing you can do. This is 2021. Every time a person has sex, don't lead to marriage. Just because you have sex with exactly, or a long-term relationship. Really, of that female, as soon as she get with that guy to say, look, this is only gonna last such a time. I need to know what you're doing, what you're gonna be, because where's her responsibility in this? Why she can't come in? Why she can't come right out and just say, look, after the first time he was he nice and this, why she can't come out and say, look, I'm thinking about this. Is you with this or not? You know what? I really ain't ready for this right now. So I'll see you later. Or he gonna say, you know what? Right now I'm not feeling that way, but I don't know where I'm gonna be later. Those are his two answers.
Selfishly, if she's his only good screw or sucking him off like he's never been, he's gonna want to hold that at least until he gets something else.
Yeah, you know what?
And that's true. I agree with that.
Yeah, but you know what? I'm gonna tell you that might have been the deal with me when I was a youngin'. But you gotta bring more to the table than some good pussy and some good head now.
You ain't lying.
So
you ain't lying about that. Come on.
Yeah. So I mean,
what I'm saying between 18 and 35, those things really matter. But after that, the motherfuckers don't matter as much.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they don't. Nah,
And it feels good, but that's not gonna keep him. Yeah.
Now, if you're lucky, and it's really all that good, I might keep you, but I'm gonna keep you at a distance. Yep. This is women out here to do the same goddamn thing.
Exactly. And better. Exactly. Better sneaky at her. That's right. Absolutely.
Oh, they done called them women sneaky. They got all
they're doing the same thing.
Ron did called us sneaky a few times. I don't know what's going on with that.
That's true talk.
And it goes left.
He say they some sneaky asses.
Hey, keeping it real.
No, keeping it real. That we tend to not have crap all over the place.
That's true. Okay, I'll live with that.
That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit.
No, I'm not even.
We don't think with our little head. We think with our big head.
Right.
They strategically plan it out. That's what that means.
Yeah, y'all real predictable 9 out of 10.
They come home smelling like Irish Spring and knowing she ain't got no Irish Spring soap. I mean, y'all just do stuff that's all over the map.
We do know that in the woman's DNA there is some FBI. We know that. And so in every woman's DNA, there's some FBI. And so when you have those traits of FBI, you know how to do those crimes to not get caught by the FBI. Because they have that DNA.
That is not true, Ron.
That is true. She said we don't leave no just because the women don't leave no trails.
Because like Mark was saying, 9 times out of 10, when he was that, as we consider now, the S boy, because that's what you would be at this point in not my generation, but my daughter's generation. They would straight call Mark an S boy. That's who you go to when you want to get it off, and that's where you leave him.
No, you know what? They chose me.
I was hella lost, but I think so.
They chose me.
They chose you.
I was trying to follow that.
That's right. They, you know what? I didn't always pursue. Those kind of women. They make the choices. They choose to do that shit.
They scout out the men. They scout out the type.
That's it. Don't try and put that shit all on men. Because these women are seductive. They are seductive and they go after what they want. And if they got it like that, they gonna get what they want. Now, it just so happened that for me, it worked out because at that point in my life, I was a free spirit. So I didn't really give a fuck.
You like it too.
But
so
they didn't give a fuck either.
But when they bumped into you, they tested the water to see if you was what they was looking for. They just wanted Mr. Right Now. And at that moment, that's what you was trying to be. And you told us your preference was women who already had strings attached because you didn't want their problems.
That's a good idea.
That was my escape move.
During that time,
that was one of my escape moves.
And that's not a problem.
Yep, it's like nope.
But
I understand that. Sometimes you do go through the phases where you just don't. I remember when I was trying to get rid of something. Roberta, tell us what you're trying to do right quick. You got somebody you trying to get out of, or you trying to let it go?
Well, no, like I said, my boo, he live in Stockton, and the distance keeps us good. I mean, I'm good with that. But there's others trying to get in, and they're not trying to pull in no more work, Although, even at 55, I'm still pulling it in, and, thank God I still got it like that. But, oh my God.
She said pulling in some work.
Hey.
But some of this work is work, and I just don't have time for it. Like this one guy, oh my gosh. At first, it was cool because I didn't have to do nothing but drink coffee with him, hold his hand, because he's a little older, He's 71 right now.
A little older?
Yeah. A little older. Because, I used to think 55 was old, but it ain't old.
70 what?
One. But see, I didn't have to do anything. With him.
What could he do? Was he doing anything?
Oh, girl. He was good for the money. And I
Oh,
didn't
the
have to ask.
money. Yeah, because
He was
his
just
little
giving it to
weenie
me.
deenie, I know he couldn't
Oh,
do
no,
too
no, no.
much.
Like I said, I didn't have to do any of
Oh,
that.
I know, my bad. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. But he's work, even though I ain't doing nothing. He's work. And it's bothering me. And then I'm doing this paparazzi thing. I'm taking my packages to the post office. The guy at the post office been hitting on me. And I just happened to, tell him that my birthday was the following week, the last time I was in there. He said, "Oh, I'm about to give you your birthday present right now." I thought he was coming over the counter. I'm like, you know what? Don't be coming over here touching on my treats, and all of that, because you ain't getting it. But what he did, and I don't even know, I can't even remember his name. And he just peeled off $100, just 520, just gave it to me. I don't even
He
know
gave
this
you
man.
that?
Yes.
What post office was that?
It's in North
I
Oakland.
think I need some stamps.
Yeah.
Well, I think that's an interesting topic to start next week's show off uh, talking about, because, yeah, the strength of the woman, is it overbearing or is it too much for a man to, have a woman that does not ask? He wants you to ask, and I feel you, Roberta. I have never been the type of woman to ask either. I feel that if me and my man is connected, he knows, he sees the situation. You know what
Absolutely.
I'm saying?
Absolutely.
He sees if I need this, if my refrigerator is looking a little bare, or my PG&B bill is laying there and it's $200-300.
It's still laying
I mean,
there.
he's
A
seeing
week
some
later.
things. So
Absolutely.
why should I have to ask you? So and then I've always kind of been a self-sufficient kind of woman too, where, like you say, I have mine to do what I need to do. But if you offer to do something, I'm gonna take note to that too, and I ain't gonna say no. But it's going, it's just, it takes a lot. And if I ask you, believe me, baby, I must really need it.
Right.
So,
And I think with some men, I think it's a lot of this, it's their own personal insecurities. Because
yeah.
a woman who works, because I'm a working woman, but if I have a good, strong man, I know how to stand behind him. Because behind, everybody knows behind that man is a stronger woman.
Exactly. And we got to
And
keep that. We have got to definitely keep that in mind.
exactly. So
Because,
it's like that's an insecurity. Because I was in a situation that was not conducive. You met me, I had everything I had.
yeah.
And you tried to strip everything that I had, and I had this years before I met you.
Yeah.
I promised that person when we go our separate ways, you gonna have the luxury of seeing me smile, not because I'm in a new relationship, but because of my personal self-contentment.
And that's a good thing,
I love
Sylvia.
working. I do. I love working.
That's a good thing. And a good man, just like a good woman, they complement each other. And so you both will gravitate and complement each other. And that's a good way to end this show today, because we're running out of time. Mark, I see, has fallen off. And I do want to thank everybody for being a part of all of these interesting topics. We talked about a host of things today. And the last one in particular, about the strength of a woman. Is she too strong? Do men like women to ask when they need help, or just ask, period, just to make him feel more manly? And then we talked about holiday sex. You know, why sometimes is it hard to get it on during the holiday, but you can show break a back the day after. You know what I'm saying? And being oversexed, who can deal with that? Is it a go? Is a no? Like Ron was saying, most men love the fact that a woman wants to get it on all the time and he's going to be accommodating, but how do women feel about that? We talked a little bit about that. And the swallowing, yeah, about the swallowing the protein. I think you had stepped away, Sylvia, but we talked about, when you're in the middle of having your oral pleasures. And I hate Mark is gone, because he really got down with that. But, you know, Roberta was not for it pretty much as far as swallowing, but Mark was very strong with the connection. That is a way to really feel connected with a man. Once, you know, you kind of feel empowered, and she feels like that's my man now because I have taken in his juices. So that was an interesting that was an interesting topic there. That we may have to revisit that one too. But I do want to thank you guys. It's been really, really fun. We do this every Sunday, 6:30 to 8. 6:30 to 8. We're a little over today because we started later. And I want to see you guys back. And if you have any ideas or anything that you may want me to bring up in the conversation to talk about, just email me. Let me know, dgrier12,000@yahoo.com. And on that note, this is your hostess with the mostest, Donna Smith, aka Lady D. See you next week.